In this video, I want to introduce two concepts, the root of all religious and spiritual practices. To seek something outside of ourselves for answers or have a belief in God. Tanha is desire in its very nature. And desire also leads to fear that we will not be able to have our needs met. And this is Tantric Buddhism. Desire being the root of all suffering, we understand that there are certain ways that we can use this knowledge or this wisdom from the Buddhist philosophy. When we stop our seeking for something outside ourselves to satiate us, and this could be the desire for substances, the desire for wealth, the desire to control, be able to control circumstances or people in our lives, even the desire for things that have nothing to do with our lives to be different than they are. It is only in our sense of desire for something to be different than it is that the suffering exists. When we accept the circumstances for which they are currently, if we allow ourselves, and it really is an allowance, to withdraw from the need to control situations outside ourselves, we can let go of the sense of upset or anger or suffering or fear that lack of control will stimulate within us. And we accept what is, and we are putting our best efforts forward without the need to control, then we greatly reduce our suffering. This can be in terms of our personal relationships. Whenever we try and control another person, it creates resistance within ourselves, because the resistance really is that there is something in another person that we wish to change. When we give up control of that need to change somebody, then we stop resisting who they are or what it is they are doing. When we give up our need to control circumstances in our life, and we are proactive with our lives, in other words, we do the things necessary to be on the right track, but we let go of the need to control the outcomes, we will find, and I know this from personal experience, that things work themselves out. Nobody wants to be controlled by another person. So in no circumstances will our need to control someone else result in positive experiences for ourselves or that person. That goes for children, that goes for our partners. If we feel we need to change somebody and we try to control them, it is leading to our own suffering and often theirs as well. The antidote to this unquenchable desire for whatever it is, whether it's money or a need for more material items, maybe it's a better this or a newer that, could be a newer partner we're seeking, relationship has gotten dull or tiresome. Whatever creates that sense of desire is really our own sense of incompleteness within ourselves. It has nothing to do with something outside ourselves. That sense of desire will often lead to resistance to what our situation is at this very moment in time. This is the most beautiful gift that I have been given by Buddhism and this path of Tantra, is to come into a sense in my life that everything is taken care of already. I have already reached my ultimate at this point in time, and anything that comes into my life thereafter is only adding more of a beautiful facet to the complexity and the beauty of my life as it is right now. Most of us do live in a situation where all of our basic needs are met. And if we can just use basic needs being met as the foundation to our well-being, then anything over and above that adds just such incredible beauty and gratitude to our lives. The secret to joy, the more that we come into this place where we can experience pleasure in the simplest of things, sitting next to a creek, going for a bike ride in the morning, watching the sun come up, sharing a simple, delicious meal with a loved one, spending time with special friends or our family. It's really experiences that create the joy. And experiences do not have to be expensive, and they do not have to be complex. And they do not even have to involve lots of friends or social scenes. The best experiences in life are when we come into a place of true gratitude for what is happening right now. It's the simplicity of the experience which brings joy to my life every single day, and often, frequently, many times throughout my day. It's noticing the small things in life. Dragonflies flying by, well-worn stones in a beautiful creekside. This can even be during the hardest or the most difficult, the most challenging times in our life. And I know this from personal experience. I know this from my own experience of grief, of losing someone very close to me, and still being able to extract joy from the simplest of experiences, and still finding a place of exhilaration and contentment in my own experience of life, even as I mourn the passing of another. I know this from my own experience of physical pain in going through recovery of a spinal injury, a herniated disc, and being in excruciating pain, and yet still getting up every day and doing what created a sense of contentment and peace in my life. Sense of gratitude every day, just being thankful for being able to take your next breath. You'll find that energy or the vibration that you are exuding brings in that which you need. And sometimes it is far beyond what you ever could have dreamed of or expected. And I'll speak of that in a subsequent video on how I manifested my dream relationship, which is so exciting, and it gets better every day. And it was all from this overcoming tanha, which is that desire. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe to the channel. I have in-depth videos on the path of Tantric Buddhism from my own studies and my own experiences, a clearing up of the misconceptions of Tantra, as it is a beautiful spiritual practice and not one that should be taken lightly. And so I thank you for your time. Namaste.